Okay, I just put these tights on. I love these.
Waisted pants, these are the new ones.
I'm a paid customer with Tully Lou. I am obsessed with their leggings.
It's Tully and Sarah, and if you don't know, we have an activewear brand called Tully Lou.
And we have Australia's favourite leggings, but not only do we have leggings,
We've got everything that you may need for an active lifestyle. So we want to give you guys an offer if you've never shopped at Tully Lou, or if you've shopped at Tully Lou
and you just want $15 off your next order,
you need to take this offer.
and it's TL Cherry, all caps, all one word. Pop that in at checkout and you will get $15 off.
So head to our website, it's www.tullylou.com, or head to our Instagram, stalk our page, use the code, and let's get you all in some TL. Welcome to Curious Conversations. It's Tully and Sarah. Welcome to our business mini series where we sit down and talk real, raw, honest with some incredible business owners.
We're going beyond the highlight reel to talk about what it really takes to start a business from the ground up. The challenges, the wins, and the lessons that no one prepares you for.
Welcome to Curious Conversations with Tully and Sarah.
We sit down and chat with business owners, entrepreneurs, and some of the best conversation starters.
This is a podcast about real life lessons and people doing cool shit.
Guys, hello.
Hi.
I am so interested in this conversation. One, for the health reason, because you shouldn't be drinking just any water. So I'm excited to talk about the business. But Lila, I love you. I've known you. We've met.
I love you more.
We met a year ago. I said, thank God for the Caulfield Cup. And here we
Is that where you guys met?
Cup. I think I bumped into you guys and I was like, oh, I love you now.
I actually heard about you, but from Lex and Sarah, but because I just had my daughter roller, I think I stopped going out.
And I was out.
So I didn't meet
You're
you. I was out.
affectionately known to me as Mini Lex.
Yeah, Mini Lex. Yeah. You know that as well.
I do.
Bade, welcome to Curious Conversations.
Thank you for having us. Really appreciate you
We're
having us on.
sitting down today and talking about your company, RIPPL.
Yep.
Tell us how it started. When did it start?
Yep.
I'll let you do
And
this.
what it is. What is it?
What's the timeline again?
It's not water, it's RIPPL, as we like to say.
Yep.
RIPPL was born on trying to merge sustainability, health and wellness, and cost-effective marketing together. So let's take the old plastic bottle of what used to be, put a label on the outside, logo slap, and it was any tap water filtered, put into the plastic bottle for a brand. Take that up to times today and you've actually got brand RIPPL. So when we partner with other brands, as you can see here, it's like giving credibility to those brands. So Emporio Armani, Wilson, CBRE, they know their special areas and we know water. So when they put RIPPL into their customers' hands, they know they're getting quality. And it's all about allowing them to do that without saying, oh, what do they know about water? Well, they don't know anything, but they know they're partnered with RIPPL, and RIPPL has done the hard work to find the best quality, the best source, and put it into the customer's hands in a very easy to digest package.
I love that.
Non-offensive
So that's how it
as well,
started.
because it's not plastic and we're all offended by plastic now, thank God.
Yeah, we really
You
are.
must be one of the best salesmen ever. I know you just walked through the building and you said, sorry, I was just doing a deal. And I was like, I like this man.
I thought he fell into the toilet. I'm like, where's he gone? Is he lost?
No, but to say you sell water.
That's it.
Something that's free.
Yeah.
You must be an incredible salesman.
Yeah.
Well, it is free. It can be free out of the tap, but we don't recommend drinking it out of the tap because it's not very good for you.
You're speaking my language, don't
But
worry.
at the
Yeah,
same
you know,
time,
you
I know. We love connecting with people that feel the same way about us.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is something that everyone needs. So it's an important part of life. And it's all about having something that is actually non-offensive. So, many companies, they give away alcohol. A lot of events that happen with our brand, they actually happen in the morning. Someone messaged me this morning, a text message of a beautiful table in a real estate office, and they had one can on every single table.
Oh, wow.
And, you can't have alcohol at a 9 a.m. breakfast. So it's...
Just depends. If you're in Europe, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe if you're in Europe.
Yeah. But here in Melbourne, it's a perfect way to promote your brand in a very cost-effective way, but also a sustainable way. So the bigger the company gets, the more they actually care about it. And they're the types of groups that we like to work with.
Oh, I was just going to ask, so when did you actually launch RIPPL? Because I feel like the growth has been very quickly.
Yeah, it's been exponential. We've got a lot of new product
I think
development.
excuse the pun, it literally has had like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Like every morning I wake up to somebody being like, look, I've seen your water here. And I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's our water. Like it really,
Oh, that's a fizzy one.
It's a strong sparkling.
That's a great one.
I love
Oh my
that.
God. There you go, a bit of ASMR.
But take us back to the start. Like, how old is it?
Yeah.
What made you take the leap into it?
Well, I was actually in property for 10 years before this,
wow.
so quite the change. Still customer facing, but quite the change. And it was actually born at the end of 2023. But the game that we're in is all about volume. So to actually get started, we actually did our first production run in March 2024. So it took a couple of months to build the brand and start to get going. So we're about 15 or 16 months in properly since we did our first ever production run. We started with all RIPPL branded, started getting that out there to the mass, and we did a deal with 7-Eleven. So you'll see the RIPPL Wave Sparkling, which is the one I'm drinking just here, in 7-Eleven across the country. And we're about to launch the Still, which is this one here, across the network of 750 stores, which we're very excited about. And then as we've gone on, it's developed, and we've continued to partner and target brands that we feel align with our values. And our only rule from there is just to work with good people. Life is too short not to. So that's the only rule that we have is the no dickhead policy. Let's just work with good people. So I think that's gotten us quite a long way. That's it. Not why I hired you. But
I have a question.
Yeah.
So Sarah and I travel a lot, and we always see trends happening, especially in the United States, in the health and wellness industry. I think, what year was it when we started seeing that plastic was getting kind of pulled back and it was all like bottled water?
I think we bought a certain domain in like 2016.
We want to do box water. Did you see a trend overseas before you brought it back, or was it just something that just kind of happened?
Yes. Good question. We actually saw Pokemon characters lined up at a shop overseas. It was actually in Japan. And they actually had a set of the characters, and we thought, wow, this is fantastic. What if we could bring that to Australia in a very sustainable, collectible way? So that is actually where the inspiration came from. And nowadays we sort of liken it similarly to what the plastic bags used to be at the supermarket, where you used to be able to just grab them for free. And then all of a sudden they changed that over and got rid of single-use plastics. It's almost similar to this with aluminium. Sort of plastic bottles are there, and we find that's our biggest competitor always is plastic bottles.
Plastic. We're competing with plastic.
Really?
Not even trying to convert people. Like, I think people are always like, oh, we're so sustainable, but their bottom line is always going to matter. So we can't compete with the cheapest
At
possible.
the end of the day, they're running a business, right?
Correct.
And
Of
then
course,
it's like, you guys want to attract the right people. For me, I don't want to drink out of plastic. It's microplastics, especially if the bottle's been heated in the car or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Awful.
Yeah.
I won't,
Going back to, someone's probably listening and they're like, yeah, well, that's so easy. You got into 7-Eleven. That's they would say that's success straight away. But what was the process to get into a business like 7-Eleven and have that distribution?
It's not very easy dealing with the big retailers, I must admit. It's there's a lot of hurdles to jump through and a lot of approvals to make happen. But the difference for us with 7-Eleven was that they wanted to actually have a product that was sustainable. So, your typical Mount Franklin's, your pump, they're traditionally found in plastic in those 7-Eleven retail shops. So for us, we were a cost-effective option to be able to get aluminium and an Australian brand with Victorian water in it across the network. So that was what they saw as attractive from our perspective. And then just relationship building. So building that relationship with the key buyers for our category, being in beverages. So that was really what helped us. And
I think them seeing our vision as well of eventually we're not going to be able to sell plastic one day. I think that's, getting behind aluminium now rather than later, I think was sort of, I think it's also a learning for them, maybe how people are responding to buying either a plastic bottle or an aluminium bottle. So I think us getting in also is good for them to sort of see how it's going to pan out when we can't have plastic anymore.
Exactly right. Yep.
How hard was the hustle at the start to get the brand out there?
It's still hustling.
It's
still hustling.
And then, well, if we learn anything from Bade, hustling in the office.
He's hustling here.
It's one thing when you're working in a 9-to-5 corporate job and you're working around all these other people who are on a similar mission to you, and everyone always looks at the founders and goes, I'd love to have a bit of flexibility. I'd love to have a little bit more freedom to work wherever I want, whenever I want. And that looks all nice and pretty. And then once you actually crack into it, it is so much harder.
It's 24/7. It's not 9 to 5. You're not just closing your laptop being like, I'll deal with it tomorrow. It's like, no, you deal with it when you literally have to close your eyes because you're exhausted from dealing with it.
Exactly. So it's
hustle.
It's a full-time hustle.
Yeah.
She has to tell me all the time to switch my brain off, which is a good thing. Definitely
Especially
important
on
to
date
have balance.
nights. And I'm like, just have a date with me. No work talk.
I mean, we're like that and we're friends. I'm like, tonight we're just going to have dinner and not talk
We had to separate work
boundaries
and our friendship because it's like, I don't want to we both got to a stage we didn't want to have dinner and talk about business.
It's hard, isn't it? Because especially when you're trying to grow the brand, you're so excited by the new ideas. You've just seen something and you want to like tell talk about it. And also, it's constant because you're constantly living your brand and your business. So, and you know, you two as friends are constantly living it together. So who else are you able to go and speak to about all these wonderful ideas with? And that's where it's hard for us sometimes because it's literally just us and we're like talking about it. But then we go on a date and I'm like, let's talk about something fresh, something different. But then we always somehow end up talking about it.
I think it's natural.
It's relevant. It's relevant to us. And, you know, if we didn't love it, we wouldn't do it. That's what I say.
Talking about that's probably one challenge, but has there been any challenges so far with the business? Like, is there anything that stands out? Because I know every business owner we've spoken to.
You learn more from your failures than your success.
Absolutely.
100%.
Are you open to talking about one of the hardest challenges?
Definitely. I've got one that stands out in my mind in particular. And that is all about quality control.
Yes.
We previously had we take it very seriously where we feel we get a test report at the end of every production run.
That's of the water itself?
That's of the water itself.
So after every production run, so if you get a truckload of water shipped in, you have to get that tested every time.
Yeah, correct. Wow, well, we do a taste test at the start, the middle and the end to make sure that it's as good as it is at the start. So we make sure that the quality is as good as we can. But wind back to 2024 when we previously had the Disney license, we had the contract for the Disney Cruise Line.
Oh wow, that's
and
a big one.
we were filling. I
have nightmares about this.
Oh no, I feel sick.
North of 100,000 bottles in this deal, and what happened was these bottles were all Disney branded, so we had 6 different characters. They looked amazing. We were super thrilled with the outcome, and they went onto the Disney Cruise Line last year, and someone actually bought the bottle on the cruise ship, and then they took the bottle home. And then they actually contaminated the bottle with something, and they actually put up a video on social media, and it actually you could see that they've obviously refilled it with something, and then they've gone and poured it out and basically tried to make a video to bring us down. And it was just so obvious because
it was planned. It was such a PR, I want to get these people because, well, the way it looked.
Were they American?
It was disgusting. I didn't actually get their nationality, to be frank, but it was one of those things that you have to deal with head on. And we had all the test reports to show that everything was clean.
Well, explain what came out of the...
Yeah, so was it a different colour? Or something?
It was like a clump of something. Like,
what? Personally, it looked like tissue paper put in the bottle, but they were like,
that's
no,
what
it's
it looked
mold.
like. It looked like tissue paper was scrunched up and it was wet. And then they filled it back up and then poured it out and tried to prove that there was an issue, which clearly we cannot control what someone does. When they have a reusable bottle, we provide it filled. They obviously empty it. It could have been sitting in the sun on the deck of their cruise ship for all we know, and we can't control these things. So that was one thing that we were like, all right, we just need to make sure we have all our ducks in a row moving forward. And there was nothing wrong in the end. We got through it, and we had everything to prove that the mineral water was clean when we put it in. We sterilize. We go through a very rigorous process of cleaning, of filling, of making sure that everything is ticked off. So there was nothing wrong we did on our end. It was just someone trying to bring us down. But what's challenging is when someone does something like that, no one actually looks into it further than just going, oh my God, that shock factor. So you just have to, you know, remind yourself that you've taken all the right steps to do the right things, and just keep pushing forward. So that was quite a shock. But we moved forward from it.
It was like, it made me so angry that someone like had time.
Yeah.
Like not so, like, look, you never know 100%, but I know the processes we take and I'm like, that is like almost impossible for that to even happen.
Yeah. And they were on board, by the way. Our team, everyone that we were working with along the journey were fully agreeing with us.
Yeah.
They knew that we've done all the right things. They knew we provided a quality product that was safe and healthy. And there's only so much you can do. And
I only asked if they were American because last week we had Liz from Sunday Body and she was talking about expanding into the US. And the day they launched into the US, she was saying she was getting all these emails about how their bathing foam had affected this kid's skin.
What?
And they just go ham on trying to sue a company.
Which is, well, I guess that
so now she works
as well.
with distributors because they're fully liable. She's like, I don't want that liability on me.
Correct.
It's a kick in the guts.
Yeah.
People have no idea
and
how much
media
work goes into it.
And
And
also,
all it takes is one of those videos.
Especially like a consumable product. Like,
TikTok.
From a PR and a marketing point of view, how did you deal with that?
It was dealt with very swiftly, I think, from our side of things. I think it was like...
because you guys know the truth, but it's like, how do you relay that message to your audience?
Yes.
We didn't really put too much about it in terms of the PR and marketing world. It was really just one person trying to make a stunt. And we just dealt with it directly with our team and the people that we were working with, and just put all the facts forward and let it deal with itself. To be honest with you, just going through the process with a giant company like that.
You were saying, you mentioned a license with Disney, and I know a lot of your cans are a part of a license. And I was saying before, and I said I should have asked this on camera, how do licenses work? Because I'm not across that at all.
Yeah.
How do they work? It's basically having a relationship with a licensor. So in our case right now, the one we have the relationship with is Sanrio. And Sanrio hold the license for Hello Kitty.
My favorite. I love Hello Kitty.
we love our Hello Kitty cans. Unfortunately, we don't have any here on display, but they're very popular. They're very cute. We have a set of collectible characters which are very popular. But it's basically an upfront fee and then a licensing fee on all your sales. So you just have to report that and build it into your costs.
So then some of the bottles here that we've got is the Mecca. Is the Wilson?
So we've got Mecca here. We've got Wilson here. This one's a gloss. This one's a matte. And these are just two companies that we've partnered with over the last couple of months.
Collabed with. We like to call it a collab.
That's what's my next question. So like we go to a lot of events and stuff, and there's always like custom cute things and stuff like that. So if a brand is wanting to do an event, do they come to you and be like, hey, we're doing this event. Can I have cans
So
made?
most of the time we get hit up by the PR companies or the event organizers. It's not really ever directly from the actual brand itself. We then eventually do get that relationship because they've seen our product and they're like, oh, we want to use this all the time now. But basically they come to us. Our timelines are quite we like to give out the timelines because a lot of companies don't realize that production is a thing and they think things come out of the air. And I remember we had a massive company, I won't name them, but a company we'd all know, and they were like, hey, we have an event on Monday. It was a Friday afternoon. Oh, can we have 5 cans with the brand on it? And we're like, no, like in what world do you think that will happen? So we have to always really relay the production timeline so there's no disappointment because, you know, people can come to us and be like, oh, I need it in 2 weeks. And we're like, yeah, that's not going to work.
So what's the timeline?
Our timeline, so we print at the end of every month. And the cutoff is always at the middle of the month. So depending where you are on the timeline of that, you can get it within 6 weeks or 2 weeks, just depends where you fall. But it's always consistently that. And I think also come back to our struggles was production is a really hard thing to manage and making it really like regimented has helped us because it's just, it's a mammoth in itself. It's a whole operations that we need to be there. We need to make sure we've got staff there packing it. And it's back to, I don't even know what my point was, but companies come to us and I just have to really let them know like, hey, this is the dates. If you want it, get in now. And I think us having that open communication with the PR company has helped us with our relationships. And most of the time, once they've had it once, they love the product and will continuously get it because it works so well at the event.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many cans would you be doing every month? Across licenses, across collaborations?
Yeah, collab cans.
It ranges from about 20,000 to 60,000 a month and continually growing. That's between the RIPPL brand and the custom range and the license.
Does that blow your mind that over a year, like 1 million people are drinking RIPPL water?
Yeah.
And
that's
it's our
everywhere.
mission.
Like it's literally every. Like I shock myself. Like people come up to me now at events and will be like, "Oh, I think I've had RIPPL before." I'm like, "Where? When was this?" Like, and it's like I said, the ripple effect of like this product really does the marketing for us because once it's in people's hands, it travels. You know, everyone sort of remembers that touch point because they've had the water, they know it's good quality water, and then they're like, "Oh, this is really cool." Like, for example, we did the Charlotte Tilbury one.
Yep.
There is so many people who have that can at home as a keepsake memorabilia
because
they wanted to keep it and not drink it because they thought it was so pretty and like cute. So people have that in their bedroom apparently.
We have this one on our shelf
love
because I'm
that.
pretty proud of that.
Yeah, that is we have that at home actually.
We're the only company to be able to offer a matte finish.
Wow.
And this one here is it looks like a tennis ball.
matte. Yeah, it's cool.
Matte's very sexy.
Why the name RIPPL?
Well, it goes well with water for
Yeah.
a start.
The ripple effect.
There's a few puns there.
It goes well with water.
Yeah.
I like that it's short and sharp.
Yeah.
And it's memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Are there any dream, like in my head, like I'm like, oh my God, you guys need to be at the AO, like you need to be MCG. Like I'm thinking of all these big events and like locations. Where would your dream collaboration or stockist be?
Oh, ours would be different because we have different like mine probably would be at
like manifest that shit.
No, I would love to have RIPPL served in all premium retail stores. So you walk in and people like, I'd love to be like, oh, our water's in Cartier. Like you go and buy your beautiful jewelry and you're drinking a RIPPL.
Yeah.
I think to have that alliance would also make us feel quite good. I mean, we are, slowly chipping away and getting there. I mean, we're working with some amazing brands, but I think to have it stocked in all the premium boutiques would be pretty cool for me because I love the brand. So it'd be nice to be like, oh, well, my water's in there.
Yeah, let's go shopping, grab some water. And what about you?
To be honest with you, one of the bucket list companies I had, we actually just worked with, which is actually Salomon. I'm a big snowboarder personally, so I love the brand Salomon. I'm head to toe when I go to the snow in Salomon gear. And we recently it was actually part of the event that we did with Wilson under Amos Sports. So they have Salomon, Arc'teryx, Atomic and Wilson.
Wow.
And we did a Salomon can for that event. So personally, I was pretty excited about that one.
You were so stoked.
But ultimately the goal is to inspire people to hydrate better.
Yep.
And I care about that end user having a fantastic experience. So it's really working with brands that align with that mission of sustainability and health and wellness. However that might be.
I love that that's yours and mine's like
I know, so different.
I told you it'd be different.
Explain the water to me because I was going to ask that. It's very nice and it's very
good to hear.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
But it's got like silica, it's got magnesium, the sodium.
Yeah.
What makes it so different?
Sure. So it's a volcanic alkaline mineral water
from Victoria.
So it's from Victoria. You've got all the contents on the back of what's inside the
so
mineral.
smooth.
Do you like it?
Crack one with her nails.
No,
so
oh my God,
I have that issue. I'm always like, can you please crack this? That's you.
So no, it's all natural from the ground in Victoria, which we like, and we tried a bunch of different ones and landed on this one because we love the taste, we love the
it's so
the contents.
smooth.
But from there, we actually, so that's what makes the actual sauce special. It's obviously very good for you to drink. But what makes it special is what we've actually done with the sparkling.
Okay.
Because the sparkling is our more popular, variant
Is it?
out of the two.
Compared to still?
Yeah. I'd say it's probably 60-40 in still in favour of sparkling. It's just got that slightly higher perceived value.
Sparkling, don't I?
Crack a cold one open.
But
that's not sparkling, the blue one,
that one
isn't
is.
it?
That one's sparkling. So the idea is we wanted to make a sparkling mineral water that was quite strong. So we worked very hard.
Bubbly?
Bubbly. Yeah, correct.
We carbonated it.
Yeah.
Sorry, one
second.
second.
Have that your spice.
My nieces call sparkling water,
Yeah.
spicy water.
Spicy
Can I
water.
have spicy water? And I
Yeah.
was like, for ages, I'm like,
Ooh.
spicy water, that's smart.
Yeah, it is spicy water.
That's
And
nice.
I'm someone who wants to have like
The bubbles.
I want
Yeah.
to be like in the middle of the night if I'm dehydrated, I will crack
Yes,
open a
there's nothing
sparkling and
better.
I'm like, so for us, the
Ooh.
carbonation was so
Yeah.
like important to get right because
Oh
if
my
we're
God, that
competing,
Yeah.
bubbles so much in your mouth.
Yeah, but it's a light
Yeah.
bubble too.
because if we're competing with Sam Powell who have a massive cult following,
I don't like San Pellegrino.
well,
it's not
so
sparkly
many
enough.
people.
Well, that's what most people say to
Yeah,
us.
it's not.
but they buy it because it's
Yeah.
Sam Powell. But
Yeah.
I'm like, if you can
Yeah.
have the water that's actually better,
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
we're converting the Sam Powell drinkers, and that
Yeah.
for me is like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, I love that. There's nothing better than a hot Melbourne day and then cracking something open
Yeah.
like that.
And the sound in the
Yeah.
can also,
Yeah.
like you don't
Yeah,
have to be
yeah, yeah.
drinking and you can have a
Yeah.
can of water and you feel like you're a part of it.
Yeah.
Do you notice the difference from drinking your water compared to like drinking tap water over the time?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I will never touch
Yeah.
tap water
Yeah.
ever again.
I
ever again.
Just for our listeners, because
Yeah.
Sarah and I are very self-aware, health
Yeah, of
and
course.
wellness, and a lot of our listeners, I would say, are. But
Yeah.
can you just give us a rundown why you probably shouldn't drink water from the tap?
Well, for starters, oh gosh, this might be controversial, but the government's the people that are mandating and regulating it, and they just want to make it obviously cost effective for them.
Okay.
So that's that's
Before
my stuff.
before
Sorry, I know
getting
it's
into
like-
the nitty
Can
gritty,
I say one
Yeah.
of my?
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and my water source is up in the mountains, and I was like, and they're like, oh, if there's farms around there, it's contaminated, and I was like,
With
fuck,
pesticides? Or?
because of the drift from the
yeah,
spray.
it runs off.
Huh.
Yeah.
yeah, before getting into the nitty gritty
Yes.
of it, let's just more broadly something everyone can relate to. Just think about the pipes that are in
Yes,
the
that's a good
grounds
one.
that have been laid,
I've seen a video of this.
you know, between the 70s, 80s, and just think about what that would look like
Lead
of the
pipes,
water
lead
that
in
has to
your
go
water.
through that to get to your tap.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only so much that the government can actually do to ensure that the quality, by the time you drink it, is safe. And the definition of safe is an interesting one in itself because Australia has set their drinking water guidelines based on what they can feasibly get to you to actually be able to drink, not what's actually based on what's best for your health. Because if it was based on what's best for your health, it wouldn't be actually practical economically to get it to you in that form. So they actually disinfect the tap water with chlorine to make sure that it's drinkable.
Yes.
Mm.
Wow.
And then recently in the news, I think Frankston area or somewhere,
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
said to not drink the water, you
Yeah.
got to boil it.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
So
yeah.
that's giving you
Yeah.
a like little
Yeah.
bit of a rundown of what the water
Yeah.
boils
Well, I
like.
tell you,
Yeah.
I want a reverse osmosis machine. I've said that all
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's-
yeah. Well, you got,
yeah.
we got a RIPPL Pure, you know, you can
Yeah.
you can get one
So-
of those. We can help you.
Okay, we've run down why you shouldn't drink tap water. Now
Yep.
let's go to the reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
So you guys have just released this, right? It's
Yeah.
new.
End of
What is
April.
it? What is it?
benchtop machine.
I would
Yeah.
say it's a sexy benchtop
Okay.
water filtration machine
Yeah.
that doesn't look necessarily like one. I think the aesthetics were really important personally for me. I think if people want to put something on their bench, they want to be
They
proud
want to
of
be
it.
proud of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then to actually have the science behind it, reverse osmosis is, you know, it's the best purification of water you can get. It's hospital grade. It removes everything. So you're removing fluoride, heavy metals, chlorine, microplastics, like just
Yeah.
everything. You're basically
Yeah.
stripping your water and putting it
Yeah.
back to zero.
Yeah.
So it connects to your tap.
So
No.
it actually connects to the power. So the idea behind this one is that it's a complete plug and play setup.
Okay.
So you actually don't need to plumb this machine in.
Oh, wow.
You simply just buy a desktop unit, you sit it on the bench, you run through the filtering process at the start, and within 5 minutes you're connected and up and running. And it's simply about fitting in with your existing routine. So you don't actually need to change anything with what you do, but it's all about convenience. And that's what everyone wants these days is they want something that doesn't take up time, that doesn't alter their process of what they normally do. So we designed the machine simply around that.
And cost effective.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having to go to the shops always and lug plastic bottles or you're constantly buying the box water.
Yeah.
This is sort of just like your one
Yeah.
solution and you don't have to plumb it in,
Yeah.
which is massive because
Yeah,
not
that's
everyone's
great.
living in a long-term place where they can, you know,
Yeah.
spend the amount of money.
Exactly.
so yeah, we really thought of everybody in mind when we were making this, and yes, we'd like to have it plumbed eventually, but also not everybody has access to plumbing it in. So the plug and plays.
Yeah, by the time you actually get a plumber these days to come out and do it for you,
it's sort of
almost the cost of the machine to actually
shades
get
of
one.
plumbers. I love plumbers.
Yeah. But it's great. The feedback we get all the time is it's the best water that people have ever tasted.
Yeah.
And people love the instant hot. So it's actually got a built-in fridge and thermal heater. So you actually can chuck out the kettle. So I recommend anyone who's considering it to actually have a look at the bottom of their kettle if they've been using it with tap water.
Put your torch in it.
And you may or may not see a layer of sediment.
You'll be
that's
terrified.
black.
Terrified.
And you'll be quite alarmed. You actually just have a removable tank. You just fill it up with the tap. You put it into the machine and you click one button. You've got instant hot and instant cold. So you can actually use it for your tea, for your cooking. So if you make a lot of rice or if you make a lot of pasta, you just remove the magnetic tray, put it to the side, put the actual pot underneath the machine, and you click hot. And you've got super clean water.
God, I already wanted one, and now
fun
I'm
fact,
sold.
People always think that boiling water is the answer of cleaning your water, because we've had the argument, oh, well, I'll just boil my water if I want clean water. I'm like, boiling your water is not going to kill fluoride or heavy metals.
Wow.
No.
It's just a contaminant removal.
I've got a
So
question.
it's a good start.
It's a good start, but if you want to get rid of heavy
Osmosis
metals.
machine.
Yep.
How often do you have to clean it?
So that's a good question. It's almost like how long is a piece of string with that question. It's however you feel comfortable in terms of cleaning it.
Filters those.
The actual machine cleaning is just on an irregular basis. It stays pretty clean for the most part. Yeah. But in terms of changing the filters, it's a pretty set and forget. So you've got 2 filters in there. One of them is 6 to 12 months depending on how much you use it, and the second one is 12 to 24 months depending on how you use it. Yeah. We've actually had our sample since October last year when we started working on this project, and we haven't had that notification to change the filters yet. So
so you get a notification when to change it?
Yeah. So on the machine, it's got a touch screen. It's got a touch screen. You've got 1 and 2, which correspond with the filters in the top. And that'll go orange when it's 20% and then red when it's 0 and time to change.
Yeah. So it's set and forget. You don't have to think, when's that coming up? When's that date? It will literally tell you. It's very interactive, the machine.
I've got a shower filter and I'm like, I have no idea when to change a filter.
Yeah.
If you're going to have
So that's great. That's so smart. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
Where do you see the business going next?
Good question. We've got a lot of exciting products in the pipeline. But ultimately, what we want to do, we're becoming a full water solutions technology business. So between the cans and the filtration machines, which is what we currently offer, that product line is expanding into reusable 400, 600 ml aluminium bottles.
Amazing.
Twist top
which
bottles.
we're super excited about.
Amazing.
So that's coming in October, November this year, fingers crossed. And we'll be the first. We will be the first in Australia to be able to digitally print with this technology, with zero plastic, to the neck on a 400 ml and 600 ml bottle, which is brand new for us in low quantities, which is very exciting. And so that'll provide this offering, but in a reusable option, which opens up a whole new area of businesses we can work with,
amazing.
Such as gyms and yoga facilities and businesses like that.
Yeah.
That want that reusable, and hotels as well, who want to provide not plastic anymore and want to switch to aluminium. So that's super exciting for us. Cool. And then from there, just continuing to build out the brand. And we are just investing in brand RIPPL because we believe that having a brand behind the mineral water source is so important in today's world as we progress. So that's how we see it growing. One of the things we get asked all the time is, can you guys do flavors? That is by far the most requested question we get.
Is it?
Yeah. Corporates all the time want to have
Can you guys do a flavor?
Yeah. Lemon, orange. People are like, oh, I love the water, but can you make it flavor?
So we're doing that.
We're testing some flavors, so watch this space. You might be able to get
any
some
flavor that's standing out?
Well, it needs to be non-offensive, something everyone can drink.
Most people drink lemon or orange, so we're like
orange.
Yeah.
So, but it's finding the right lemon and the right orange flavor.
Not too strong.
Yeah.
Like that.
I know I'm kind of like I should have asked this previously,
right.
but I think a lot of people don't understand, like with something like this, machinery.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you have to custom make a machine to get it, like the printing and stuff? I know you were talking before about the printing to the neck. Some people don't understand.
Oh yeah,
what
that's
that
taken
is,
us
but
like
that's
a
like
year.
a technical thing.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit of that
sure.
and the investment?
Sure. So we do not own the machinery.
Okay.
I will make that clear. It would be uneconomic to own the machinery ourselves because these machines are printing upwards of 15 million cans a year.
Yep.
So we do not own the machine. We co-manufacture. We co-manufacture these cans with our suppliers.
Okay.
To answer your question, the direct to can is a brand new technology out of Germany, and it's as good as you can possibly get any brand to look on a can.
Okay.
It's traditionally seen in actually beer, not
Craft
necessarily
beer.
in what we sell.
Yeah.
So we're sort of continuing to grow in this space in water because we believe we want brands to look as good as they possibly can on our product.
Well, you can see the printing as well. Like it's like you can touch it. It's not like a peel, which is most like custom branded things are like a sticker.
Yeah.
And you can like sort of scratch it off.
Yeah.
This is quite unique that we have
the quality.
this quality
The quality,
print.
yeah. And then you'll have you were asking me about the tooling. So a 400 ml and a 600 ml bottle, they sort of go straight up and then they cut in towards the neck.
Yep.
And so traditionally you were only able to do that straight part and then it would leave the top part, the top third before the neck unprinted.
Yes.
And we could have done that 6 or 9 months ago, but we weren't happy with how it represented our brand. So we just decided we're going to
aesthetics.
continue
I'm massive on our aesthetics and how the brand looks, and I want it to be the most premium.
Yeah.
So we sort of made the decision, let's just wait. Let's just get it right.
Good idea.
I know people, because like people were like, oh, but can we have the twist tops? I'm like, we can do it, but it's going to look crap.
Yeah.
So like, just wait.
So we've been working with Germany for the past sort of 6 to 9 months to get the tooling to be able to print all the way to the top. So we're in the middle of sampling at the moment, and hopefully we'll be able to bring that offering to light in the next couple of months, which we're super excited about. We think it's going to be a game changer.
Yeah. See, little things like that, a lot of people would not realize how much work, effort, and like the aesthetic, like there is.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To wrap it up, question for both of you. What do you wish someone had told you about business before you started?
That's a good question.
It never stops.
Yeah,
it is
it's true.
always on.
Yeah.
And like, if you're going into it, you go full, like you go into it. You don't half-ass it, because if you half-ass it, then you start treating it as like a 9 to 5 and you're not going to get results. So we're like, it's become our life in the nicest way possible.
In a good way,
We live and breathe business of it.
For me, it would be staying patient. I'm naturally a patient person.
You're very
things
patient.
always take longer than you think they're going to take. And, a lot of people, especially in today's world, they see what's sort of happening on social media and they're like, I want that now. I want that now.
Yeah.
Very much that sort of motion going on. But for us, it's about just staying the course and doing the hard work and making sure you're doing what's necessary for what people don't see, so that you can eventually get there with your success. So for us, it's definitely about playing the long game and doing the hard work and allowing things to naturally happen and not force them, and just to stay patient and stay humble so that you can continue to grow the brand in the most natural way possible.
I love those two.
That's great advice.
We talk about that all the time, patience, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So just long-term
You
gain
are very
for,
patient
short-term pain. So you need to be able to put that hard work in, because there's always going to be a delayed result, delayed gratification out of the hard work that's being put in, because it is a business at the end of the day. You can't just wake
Snap
up
your
the next
fingers.
day and everything's going to be
wish.
amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're both very young to have a business, and I know we're just about to wrap up, but do you guys have a mentor or someone helping you or guiding you in this business?
I would say I would put your dad as probably the biggest mentor in
sure.
this. He is like a veteran at business
Love that.
building, brand building.
Yeah.
And he is like such a creative, and his ideas, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
You can probably
definitely,
touch a bit more on your dad, but I would say
sure.
he's probably my business mentor in this. Yeah.
No, he's a 35-year vet in promotional products and licensing. So He's done everything from we've still got Marlboro cigarettes, which are wrapped up in plastic
You know,
in
it
our
comes to the
office.
office. It's like a literal
From
memorabilia.
years ago,
Wow.
which are hard to come by these days. But he's one of those guys who's seen and done it all. So definitely sourcing a lot of inspiration from him.
What's the best advice?
His dad is
he
Tazo
made
man.
Remember they had the books?
Yeah.
I mean,
We probably have 20 at our office. Just
I've got a question
dust.
going
They
back.
came in the chip packets, didn't they?
Yeah.
Going back to your dad,
Yeah.
what's the best advice he's given both of you?
Well, that's a good question.
Nothing good comes easy. You just have to keep going. Like you just keep going. I think that's sort of, and like that's like you. You're very patient. Him and his dad are very similar in that. So I think I sort of draw, because I'm and I will admit this, I'm a very impatient person. I'm like, I want it now. How do I like get it today? And Bade's always like, just be patient. And you're right. It does happen, but you just have to write it out and you will get it, and it'll feel that much better knowing that you were patient and you did all the right things instead of clicking your fingers and shortcutting.
Have you heard the saying, it's the journey, not the destination?
Yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
I've been, that's
one of
in
those,
my head always.
You got to enjoy the journey.
Yes.
You got to enjoy the journey. So we
have
always
a
make
lot
sure
of
we have
fun.
fun along the journey.
Yeah.
But put the hard work in at the same time. But to answer your question, the best advice he gives me is you've got to be in it to win it. You know, when things get tough, which they always do, no matter how good you think your product is, no matter how good you think your processes are, things just happen. That's just life. Yeah. So you have to be in it to win it. So you have to be there, front of mind for the right people to be able to get in front of them and get the job done.
I think you were meant to be here today because you just walked through amazing.
No, seriously, this man is always doing deals.
Love that.
Like I'll be at the table. Where's Bade gone? Oh, never mind.
That means you're both very passionate, and I can't wait to see where RIPPL
So
is.
passionate.
Yeah.
So
Thank
passionate.
you. Nah,
I love
watch
it.
this space. It's definitely the start, but I feel like we have to look back and be like, wow, we've done that. That's really cool. And I think enjoy the journey.
Yeah, enjoy the journey.
Where can people find RIPPL water? Where can they purchase it?
Yeah.
Well, they can buy RIPPL branded at 7-Eleven predominantly. At Leaf. Online, we have a big presence on our website. So drinkripple.com, no E on the end of the RIPPL. And you can get everything there as well.
And look at our Instagram.
The reverse osmosis machine.
Correct. So RIPPL Pure and RIPPL Cans. And you can see everything about our custom brands. We're super transparent in the way that we run the business. So we like to make sure everything is known up front, so you can see all our pricing and our timelines on the website.
I also think when I was on the website before, I think the new reverse osmosis machine is really affordable.
Yeah.
Like if anyone's listening,
I've got a question.
$8.99. Yeah.
So I think that's super affordable. If you're thinking you're buying waters every month, every week, it all adds up.
Yeah.
So I think it's super affordable and it's going to save your health.
You can actually go on and have a look at the comparison. So I've made a table where it compares the cost comparison of different other solutions.
He's done the whole website, by the way. If you've seen
looks great.
It's a great website.
Man of many talents. I'm just like boosting you up here.
Many 3 a.m. nights getting that one done.
Yeah, it looks great. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate the chat.